What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I am Pitching Ninja, and I'm here with a well-rested Will Leahey.
We got some sad news today. Baseball heaven has gained an angel, and this angel is Angel Hernandez. He has been put to pasture from MLB, and he's retired. Angel Hernandez is out of MLB. The leader of the charge of the pro robo movement. He's out. Ninja. How do you feel about this?
You know, it's a mixed bag, and mostly, it's not really a mixed bag, Will, at all. I think baseball's better without Angel Hernandez in it, although Angel Hernandez has given us so much content over the years. Angel Hernandez is an award-winning umpire. Yep, he won last year's 2023 Worst Imitation of an Umpire Award from Pitching Ninja.
A prestigious honor.
It is. It's a big deal, Will. But the things I'm going to miss, I'm not going to miss the blown calls. Although it is fun to comment on them, like god-awful calls. What I'm going to miss is the huge character that is Angel Hernandez. Whether it be his strange dances in the middle of games, hexes he puts on pitchers, and after this, Abner Uribe did go on the IL, as well as just showing how the effect of edibles affects your performance. But we'll give little shout-outs to Angel during this whole thing today, too. Just consider this the Angel Hernandez Pitching Ninja Filthiest Pitches of the Day episode. Very sad, but yet happy. Bittersweet, we call it. Let's start with the whip around the league. Let's start out with Cole Irvin, who had 6 Ks and 5 scoreless innings, giving up 4 hits, paving way for the Orioles to beat the Red Sox 11-3. I am sorry, Will. Cole Irvin's ERA right now is a solid 2.84. Don't look now, but Cole Irvin's on a heater. He had these curveballs and the slider for a sword, and the Orioles beat up on Cooper Criswell, who had 2 Ks and 4 innings, giving up 6 earned runs. A real stinker for him. Joe Ryan looked really solid yesterday with 9 strikeouts and 7 innings, giving up 1 run. His ERA right now is down to 2.96. He had these fastballs, and his velo was up about a mile an hour yesterday. And he also had this frisbee sweeper. I also love this because you can see how deceptive his mechanics are. I mean, I thought he was going to do a cartwheel here. Ryan helped the Twins to beat the Royals 6-5. Alec Marsh had 7 Ks and 7 innings, giving up 5 runs for the Royals. And honestly, his effort was way better than this. He had this beautiful backdoor 2-seamer, these wicked sliders, and these breaking balls that absolutely broke Carlos Correa. I mean, he made the man look like he's never seen a breaking ball before. Here's an overlay of a slider and fastball to Correa, and you can see him chase this slider, and then he takes this fastball because he thinks it's another slider. He gets punched out for backwards K. The Rockies beat the Guardians 8-6, and I'm going to skip this game because I thought the pitching basically sucked. Nick Lodolo had 3 Ks and 5 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run as the Reds beat the Cardinals 3-1. He had these absolutely wipeout breaking balls, just like Lodolo always does. And Nick Lodolo is our guest this week on Baseball Dojo. And because you're subscribed to this channel, here is Nick Lodolo's breaking ball grip. He calls it a curveball. I don't call this a curveball because it moves way too much for a curveball. But anyway, unless I can hit it, he gets to name it. And remember to listen to the full podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Curveball, right on it.
2-seam grip there.
Yeah.
And is that part of, so when you're releasing it, let me just see, like, how would you release that as you're throwing?
Literally, like, just out here. And it literally just comes off like, yeah, there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing crazy to it. It's literally just like, I mean, if you were to like, it'd be kind of like a spike grip too, if you just literally the other finger on it.
And you're not using you could spike it. You're not spiking it, but you could spike. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're light pressure with your finger. Lodolo faced Lance Lynn, who had 5 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 earned run. He had this cutter to Hernandez, and I've decided that Hernandez's nickname should be Swarm because there's no such thing as a herd of bees.
So you're just changing his name to Swarm of Bees?
Just call him Swarm. A herd of, it's redundant. He's Swarm. Mitchell Parker had 6 Ks and 6 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had these heaters, this splitter, and slider as the Nats dominated the Braves 8-4. He outdueled Charlie Morton, who had 7 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings, but gave up 8 runs on 12 hits. Come on, Charlie. Morton had this 3,220 RPM curveball, And lucky for Morton, Joey Gallo was in the lineup because he absolutely abused Gallo, as he's done Gallo's entire career. Gallo has a 67.4% swing and miss rate against Charlie Morton. All of his pitches. Like, how do you do that? You swing and miss 2/3 of the time off of any Charlie Morton pitch. He has never gotten a hit in 20 plate appearances against Charlie Morton and has struck out 15 of his 18 at bats against Charlie Morton. If there is a lineup full of Joey Gallos, Charlie Morton would throw a perfect game with 23 strikeouts. Blake Snell had 7 strikeouts in 4 innings, giving up 3 runs, helping the Giants down the Phillies 8-4, and lowering his ERA to a stellar 10.42. He had these curveballs, and here's one of his curveballs from a home plate view. He outdueled Ty Walker, who had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 5 earned runs, and had this painted sinker. Michael King was outstanding, as kind of always. He had 7 strikeouts in 5 innings, giving up 1 run as the Padres edged the Marlins 2-1. He had these 2-seamers up to 2 feet of run. I mean, he just makes the ball move east to west as well as anybody in baseball. And he had these absolutely disgusting changeups, which is his pitch. I mean, his changeup is one of the filthiest changeups in baseball. They also ran up to 2 feet. Also, he was victorious in the matchup of the year, the Burger King matchup. He K'd Burger with this whopper of a sinker. He also had this change that brought Gordon to his knee. He faced Trevor Rogers, who had 3 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run and had boring fastballs as his highlights. Meh. Bryce Miller had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had this painted sinker and splitter and this sweeper, as well as this slider that brought a tear to my eye. It is Larry Vanover's tribute to Angel Hernandez.
A touching tribute, Ninja.
This is a very special Filthiest Pitches of the day. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry.
The entire Angel Hernandez experience.
The Mariners beat the Astros 3-2 behind Miller. He faced Framber Valdez, who had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 3 runs and had these sinkers, including this painted sinker. And this game was also notable for Ryan Bliss making his major league debut. Yep, Pitching Ninja has a favorite hitter, and it's Ryan Bliss. Played travel ball with my son for a couple of years, and it's one of the greatest baseball dudes you will ever meet. Absolutely big fan. Hope he tears it up. Chris Bassitt had 7 Ks in 5 scoreless innings, giving up 5 hits as the Blue Jays beat the White Sox 5-1. He had this 2-seamer, these elevated cutters, sweepers, and curveballs, including this beautiful slow curve. And it was a ton of fun to watch on the mound because he got squeezed here, let out a yell, was pissed off. I love myself a pissed off Bassitt. And he also channeled his inner Zach Greinke by almost sitting on the mound here. What is he doing? I mean, you get Chris Bassitt, you watch great pitching as well as a pure acting experience. I mean, dude should win an Oscar.
Bassitt was on one yesterday.
He really was. Like the whole game, he was just acting a fool. He faced Nick Nastrini, who had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs and had this nasty slider. In the pitching matchup of the day, Justin Steele faced Robert Glasser. Justin Steele was outstanding yesterday with 8 strikeouts and 7 scoreless innings, giving up only 3 hits. He painted with his fastballs over and over again, and these nasty sliders. And I love this overlay of his slider and fastball, as his slider gets a swing and miss and then throws a fastball tunneled with that slider that gets the take, because as a hitter, you don't want to swing another slider, so you end up taking this fastball that looked like the slider. He faced Robert Gasser, who was also outstanding. Gasser had 7 Ks in 6 scoreless innings, giving up only 3 hits, and leading the Brewers to a 5-1 win over the Cubs. He had this gas. Hey, Gasser, gas, he did it. 95 miles an hour, that's not bad. Had this cutter, changeup, and sweeper. Now into my filthiest relievers, Griffin Jacks had this sweeper for a sword. Andres Munoz had this nasty slider. Nate Pearson had these sliders and picked up a White Castle special. Yuki Matsui had this wicked slider. Brian Hudson had these sweepers, picked up a sword, and painted with this sweeper. Hunter Harvey had this 99-mile-an-hour heater. And Jimmy Herget had this wicked curveball. And also, I got a shout out from the Braves for coming up with the human glitch nickname.
And Herget's nickname, the human glitch, given to him by Rob Friedman, who many know.
My filthiest pitches of the day were Fernando Cruz's splitters. He had 5 Ks all on these filthy splitters. And he has a 61.6% whiff rate for the season on his splitter. Absolutely insane. Opponents are only slugging .056 on his splitter this year. Crazy stuff. One other thing, since we didn't do a filthiest pitches yesterday, I love this from Jeremiah Estrada, where he talks about getting a shout out from me. And it make it his day. Like, this is so cool.
Oh, that's amazing. That got me. I'm not gonna lie, there's times where I'm like, I did pretty good today. I hope I'm on pitching ninja today. And then sometimes I don't say it, I'm like, damn it, okay, I gotta step it up, or something. But I think for most pitchers, it's like making ESPN top 10 or something, just being able to see that, seeing that Twitter account, seeing the type of guys in there, like back then it was like Steven Strasburg, and now it's like Tyler Glasnow and just all these big dogs that are on there. It's like, it's cool to be a part of it.
This dude is the hottest pitcher on the planet right now with 10 consecutive strikeouts and has K'd 15 hitters in his last 5.2 innings. Yet he's concerned with me giving him a shout out. What can I say? It's awesome. One other thing, this thing blew up on the internet yesterday. I had tweeted this out. A Torrey Giulianelli had these wicked pitches that moved the wrong way. I mean, look at this. He has this curveball that moves like a screwball, this cutter that moves like I don't even know what. And if you look closely, you can see why these pitches move this way. His arm is actually at the wrong angle. He's at the wrong side of over the top, so his pitches are going to move the wrong way. He's going to move like a lefty.
Ninja, who had a release like that? There's a clip, I can't remember.
Oliver Drake. It was Oliver Drake who broke the internet a few years ago with also a weird, like he was shooting splitters from his armpit. And now my pitching ninja moment of Zen. This is superb branding by LASIK in another Angel Hernandez tribute. My picks of the day today are a 4-leg same game parlay plus. I'm going to start with the same game parlay of Tarek Skubal for 7 Ks or more and Jared Jones for 6 Ks or more. And then take Kevin Gausman for 6 Ks or more and Matt Waldron for 5 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?